Happy Thursday, guys. Craigo here from Craigouncut. It's pretty hot here at the moment. Just coming off the back of 40. Felt every bit of it today at work. Let me tell you. But anyway, I'm here today. Short little video. I'll end up knocking that over for sure. Don't want to be doing that. Okay, so what I'm here to do today is I've had some opal that a mate of mine gave me in the tumbler now for just over 5 weeks on 4 different stages. So this is a one of those National Geographics. I just bought a new one from Aussie Sapphire. It's a double barrel which spins a bit slower. This one spins a bit fast. So it's got opal in it, and it's been running for 5 days on a 1 micron aluminium oxide polishing powder. I'll just show you my little cleanup setup. So got the sieve out the kitchen, got a little bucket. Now what I do so I don't drop it all and lose it in the murky water is I've cut a hole in here, so this goes in there like so, and then that goes like that. So let's hope. I took these out a couple of days ago and had a look at them, and I decided to put it back in for another day and a half, for another 36 or 40 hours. They're looking pretty good. So the first week it was this. I started with the powders from, or the grits from National Geographic that come in the box. So currently I started with an 80, and that run for about 2 weeks, and then I did a 220, a 600, 1200, and they were pretty much for a week each as well, and then the 1000, the 1 micron silicon oxide, about 4 days. So let's open her up and see what's going down here. Hey Jinx, what's going on, girl? Sometimes this can be a bit of a pain in the freckle to get off. Oh, pretty good today. Like I said, this is only, I took it out yesterday, about this time last night, and I've run it again for another 24 hours. So just to show you what it looks like. Those little balls on top there, gel balls, that's for softening for the tumbling stage. So let's see. So I'll just clean the opals up, and then I'll wash all that down. They look pretty good. This is how I do it. I don't know whether it's the best way or not, but I quite enjoy doing it this way. Hey Jinx, you hot too, baby, eh? Yeah, it's stinking. I think they've come up pretty bloody good. Like, I don't know whether you can see that, but that's nice round rock, good colours. This is only potchy stuff that a mate of mine gave me, so I'm pretty happy with the end result from what I did. This is my first attempt of polishing or tumbling opal. Now there's some beautiful colours in here. Like they're only little bits of opal, but like, check that out. Like, how cool is that? Like, I don't know whether it does it justice, but yeah, very, very, very pretty. So this, oh, look at this one here. Both sides. Oh, how sexy is that? Nice and rounded, nice and polished. Like I said, I'm only new to this. So this is all trial and error for me. So I'll just clean all these up and then I'll wow. You know, that'll make a nice little something or rather for somebody, you know, just sit it down. I might put it in one of my artworks that I do. But these are all jagged, they're all jagged rocks and so forth and so on, so they've been tumbling, you know, like, they've been tumbling for 5 or 6 weeks, I think they have now. I can't quite remember, I should have really made notes of it. Right. I'm pretty excited. I think I did a good job. I think it turned out pretty good actually. Oh wow. Now check this piece of, how good's that? Right. One thing I've got to say about tumbling, you can watch all the stuff on YouTube, which I have, and there's some really talented people out there, believe you me. But most of them say the first stage is patient. You've got to be patient. If you're not patient, you won't get the result. And if you're not happy with the rocks when you take them out after the first week, which I wasn't, put them back in. Run them again. You know, because I want to get all mine smooth and round and all the fractures and those sorts of things out of it. Sometimes you might have to run the first stage for 3 weeks or maybe even 4 weeks. It all depends on the instructions and the rocks, you know. But there's some really nice, oh wow, look at that. Like there's some really nice pieces in here. How good is that? Hope you can see that. The dog's suffering a bit. It's freaking hot here today, I tell you. I think about 3 o'clock it was just over 40. And I was working in the shed with the engineers, and yeah, we felt every bit of it. These opals came from around the Craigouncut area, I believe. Like I said, these were just given to me by a mate that he had left over from hanging around the shed that he didn't want. So I said, oh yeah, I'll give a go at tumbling them. I didn't know how they'd turn up. I thought they might have turned up, they wouldn't turn up this good, you know. But yeah, there's some nice pieces. Even though there's little pieces, there's some nice pieces in here. I don't know whether it's worth anything, but might be worth something to somebody. You get online there and see some of them opal mobs. They're selling little bits of opal, you know, $300-400 for like 25 carats in a jar. Oh, that's a nice little piece. I don't know whether you can see that. I've just done the dirty work, so I didn't want to bore you, so I turned you off for a sec. So now I'll just clean them up. Get rid of this. Oh. Just remember, guys, don't put your fines or your water down the drain, because it'll clog everything up and make it really bad for you. so I wouldn't be doing that. Tip it out in the yard. I might just go and get me a little scoopy doopy. I'm just getting out some, what do you see, dog? The I don't know whether you see that, but I've used some silicon media in the, normally from 600 onwards, so when the rocks float around they don't bash together and crack, especially in the polishing stage, so they say. So look, this is my first ever gig at it, and at tumbling stones, especially opal, it can be rather hard to get the shine that you want to get, but the only thing I can really advise is patience. Don't be in a hurry to get it finished, because you can't hurry nature. And basically that's what we're doing. What you got to remember is you've got rocks tumbling down the river to make them smoother. That's all a tumbler is. A tumbler is just a water course and a barrel tumbling and tumbling and tumbling. So, you know, rocks for hundreds of years go round and round down the river, you know, to get round. So we're trying to do it, and you'll never do it in a week. Some stones might take 5 or 6 weeks on the first stage at 80 grit. And don't be tight on your grit. Don't skimp. Because if you, as I've found out, if you skimp, you just end up doing it more and more and more. You keep doing the same stage over and over and over and over. What are you doing, dog? And clean everything between stages properly. I've got to get a toothbrush and clean this, but oh, what's that? That's what they say. It's like everything, clean, keep everything clean, because you don't want 80 grit and a 200 grit, because it'll just scratch the stones, you know. So make sure you clean everything thoroughly. So I'll take that upstairs and give it another good clean with a toothbrush. Come here, you bastard. You're a tricky little shit. Like stuff like this. It's beautiful when it's all done. I'm sure you don't want me to show you everything, but just the colours are just beautiful. I've got some opals coming from Ethiopia. They should be here tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be able to put them in the tumbler before I go away. Yeah, they're beautiful. You know, like it just be interesting to see when they're dried out, you know, polishy they stay, because keep in mind they are wet. So that one's got it both sides. You might go all the way through. So like I said, I don't know whether they're worth anything, but to me they're worth something. They've tumbled up very nice. I might make that one into a pendant, little hole on the top without breaking it, hopefully, and make it into a nice little necklace. That could be a Christmas present for somebody. Yeah. Look out now, people. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. It's only a short video. I hope I'll get it up tonight. So please, if you like what I'm doing and you're getting something out of it, please subscribe, like, share, comment, all that sort of stuff, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to get monetized. I've got a long way to go. But you know, without having a go, you never know. So please, thanks again. I hope you're getting something out of it. I've got me double barrel going. That's been going with raws in it for 1 week. So I've just put one side back with another 80 grit and the other side at 220 with the stones that I was happy with. So I'm sorry I didn't video that, but like I was in a bit of a rush yesterday. Oh, sorry, Wednesday. What's today? Thursday? Yeah, Wednesday I was in a bit of a rush. So yeah, so hey, thanks again for watching, and hope you enjoy what I'm doing.